Hey guys, welcome to Hansi in Color, episode 3, part 2. If you guys seen the first one already, it's about time management and finding motivation. Now, this episode we're just going to strictly talk about some time management and some techniques that you can use to manage your time. I think it's all very important, which is why I'm making a separate episode just on the time management part. I think we all struggle a little bit with maybe doing some time management. I know I struggle with it. I am now implementing it as much as I can in progress. It's a work in progress, so I figure if I'm going to talk about it, I might as well let you guys know about it. In the comments, let me know what your best time management strategies are, because I would like to hear from you guys, because this is just the research I did. And now I do have links to all the information I have found. And it will be down in the comments, so you guys can go check it out and check out the different strategies that I have listed. I kind of Googled what was best for everybody, and just, doing it that way. So there's techniques, and I got some methods down. So of course the main technique would be to start out your day with a plan. Create your plan for the day or the week ahead. Like, it's just kind of sit down, write it out, and figure out what you're going to do for the week. I would do a week. Yes, life happens. Yes, things happen. But if you plan it out for the week, then you have an obligation to stick to it. And it's not just day by day. You can plan out what you're going to do for the day, each day. So, say like Monday, you're like, okay, at this time, I'm going to do 2 hours of content creation. From this time to this time, I'm going to do housework. From this time to this time is family time. The planning is what makes your time management worth it. Today, my time management is recording this. And I have one other thing I have to do before the end of the day today. But other than that, I have my week planned out. I have sticky notes to remind me of certain things I need to do because I'm a visual person. I need a visual schedule somewhere where I can see it. So pretty soon I'm going to come up with a schedule that's going to be very visible for me to see. It might even be visible for you guys to see, but I blur out the background, so maybe not. We'll see how that goes. If you have your plan somewhere where you see it regularly, you're more likely to do it. I'm a very visual person. If it's not in my face, I'm not going to do it. If there's not a reminder for me that's not on my phone that I can go, oh yeah, ignore, I don't find the phone reminders worth anything. A visual reminder on a board that I can see and walk past every day, and that I kind of just have to actually stop and look at, or is constantly in my face, I'm more likely to do it because it's there all the time. It's a consistent there. And then hopefully it becomes a routine. Now, prioritizing your tasks. There is a method called Eat That Frog technique, which is where you do the most difficult task first thing. Sometimes that most difficult task could be just getting up and getting dressed. Getting up, getting dressed, brushing your teeth. Like, getting out of the bed process can be sometimes the most difficult task if you are in that depressive state. Of course, mental health. Take care of yourself, work on you, inner healing helps everything else move smoothly. So, picking out what tasks are the most important tasks to do first, and what is most time sensitive, I would say is definitely the most important thing. And create yourself a to-do list. So, that all goes in with the planning. So, you plan it out, make your to-do list, figure out which thing on the to-do list is a top priority or most important or most time sensitive, and dedicate specific times for it. Now, if it's a bigger task, divide it into time slots, or, divide it into smaller tasks. So if you feel overwhelmed with like a giant task and it's just like looming over you, break it down. Make it into these smaller tasks, and then it makes it a little bit more manageable. And then don't forget to reward yourself. Positive reinforcement is huge and a really good way to get through it. So like breaking your work time into like say 25-minute intervals even will help. And taking breaks in between, or say I'm going to do 25 minutes of this, 25 minutes of this, and I'm going to take a 30-minute break. For some people who get anxious and get overwhelmed and are working on getting that into a routine and have a harder time with seeing the bigger project and feeling that anxiety of the overwhelm of it's too much, would be a good way to do that. So, as I talked about before, the breaking it down into smaller areas, you can also base it on urgency and importance and make it into like a chart. Sit down one day and just be like, hey, for the week, I need to get all this done. This one's the most urgent, put it in that category, make categories, and then figure it out. And then also figure out who can help you with certain things. Like if there are tasks you need to get done that you need help with, delegate, figure it out. Other things like, scheduling certain time blocks. Again, it's all about scheduling. It's all about making a routine for everything and, breaking it all into tasks that you can make more manageable. And do what's best for you. Now, I got a few methods that I'm going to put down in the description that you guys can go check out. I'll put links. And as you go and check them out, figure out which one works best for you, because a lot of them are similar, but there's different ways to work around it. Now, I'm not going to go over every single little method that there is, just because that's a lot. And I pretty much have covered them all in like the first 7 minutes already, 8 minutes. Now, for me, when I have a task and I'm trying to time management myself, I get distracted. I will find something else to preoccupy myself. I will pick up my phone, check notifications. I also don't like notifications just sitting there staring at me, so that is part of my issue. Putting my phone down and putting it in a separate room limits my distractions. Turning off my notifications. My phone's always on vibrate because I don't want the distractions and the notifications throughout streaming or making my content. But definitely figure out what things distract you when you're trying to get your time management done, and then make it so that you can put those distractions aside for a certain time span, and then reward yourself with, say, going on TikTok or scrolling Facebook or whatever that distraction is. Reward yourself at the end of your time management. Now, I know we all think that multitasking gets more done. Realistically speaking, it doesn't get more done though. Like, we all have these moments where it's like, okay, I'm going to do this, and this all at the same time, because then I'm going to get it all done at once, and then nothing happens. You don't get it done. One thing or two things don't get done. You might get one done because you forget about the others that you're trying to get done. Now, there are certain things I think personally, in my opinion, that you can multitask with and that you can get done all at once. Like cooking and doing the dishes. While you're cooking, clean up after yourself. I'm working on that myself because I'm horrible with doing the multitask of that. But, I'm trying to get back into a pattern of things in my own home, in my own life, where time management and, doing the research I've done on the time management lately has made it so that I'm able to now progress and move forward. But like I said, there's only so much you can do that are multitasking. Folding laundry while doing laundry. There's little things. So finding that groove and what works best for you is the only way time management is going to work. For me, it's minimalizing what I need to work on. So I'm wanting to get like a whiteboard to go up and be like, hey, I need set things for set times. Otherwise, I'm not going to do it. Today, I'm recording because I stuck a sticky note on my PC so I wouldn't forget. Because I knew I'd come in here and sit down and work on stuff. So right now, my method is sticky notes. Sticky notes seem to be working and helping. So I'm trying to give myself time limits and get things done. And it's a process. And it's not an easy one for someone who struggles with being overwhelmed with too much at once. I know people are like, oh, we'll just pick up the first thing and do it. Okay, well, everyone works differently. And I get that mindset, and I understand that mindset. But when you're battling other things in your head that telling you negativity things that you can't do it, it's too much, and you're having to retrain your brain while trying to do all that, it's hard. It's doable, and you can fucking do it. But you got to do the pushing forward. And while doing that and feeling overwhelmed with everything and all that stuff, you got to remember not to let yourself burn out. So, setting time limits and being able to give yourself that energy and that break, and I'm only going to do this till this time because I need this time to this time to recharge my battery and recharge myself for the next day. Limit yourself. Don't overdo it. I've watched, even in the streaming community, people burn themselves out because they're pushing too much and they're doing too much. And they're like, yeah, I got to do this. I got to do this. I got to do this. Breaks. Stop worrying about looking bad because you're taking a break for your own mental health and you're taking care of you because that's what you're supposed to do. You gotta break down your tasks, and content creation on top of everything else in your life is not easy. I work, I take care of my kids. It's just me. It's hard. I have to make it work. And I've been trying to make it work as best I can. But you can only do so much. But you got to push yourself. And you got to push yourself beyond that I can't do this talk. You got to motivate yourself and you got to move yourself forward past that thought process. Now, majority of the stuff is most of my opinions. I did do my little bit of research and did find some, methods. And like I said before, everything else that I'm going to put down in the description so you guys can check them out yourselves. And I will hopefully be doing a live here soon. I have been a little MIA on the lives. Mind you, there will probably be a live before you guys even see this because it is the 3rd today and this isn't being posted till next week. So, that being said, I hope you guys are enjoying this content. I'm enjoying talking about it. I have some books showing up this week that I'm super excited about, that I'm hoping to be able to talk about in a podcast. So we can discuss, the certain books I'm getting, because I would like to be able to talk about it. Now, I know a lot of my people out there aren't are slowly coming around to my new content. But I'm proud of myself for pushing myself to do this. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I know it's not a very long podcast. Hopefully, eventually, they'll get a little bit longer, depending on the topic. I find time management is kind of a dry subject. I try to make it as much fun as possible. But remember, make your plan. Prioritize what's important, what's urgent, and just start doing it. You ain't gonna get time management done unless you actually just push yourself to do it. But don't forget to take breaks. Don't burn yourself out with on top of everything else you have. Remember what's important. Do that first. But that's the end of this one, guys. I hope you guys all have an amazing day. And I hope this helps a little bit. And don't forget, take care of you. Be unique. Be imperfectly perfect. I will also be having a new quote coming soon. Just because I love it, because it's my grandpa's. Actually, fuck it. So, this new quote that will be at the end of my videos, on top of the imperfectly perfect, is going to be this. Choose to be happy. To look for the good in any situation and let the rest go. That was my grandpa's motto to living a happy, long life. I hope you guys can apply it to yourselves. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Hope to see you guys on the next one. Don't forget to hit that notification bell too, because otherwise you guys don't know when this is being posted. You can also join the Discord. And I hope you all the best. See you guys on the next one.